right, guys, welcome to day 10 of mastering tray flips in 10 days. It's been a long journey. We started out the journey in southern Utah. We're finishing today in northern Utah. Got a lot of ups and downs with this tray flip journey. At first, I felt really confident that we were going to get 5 in a row on day 10 today. Then as time went on, I think I got worse. I think I started overthinking it. And then in the last few sessions, I was able to get on track and start making some progress again. But unfortunately, the day I posted day 9, I actually really bruised the crap out of the arch of my right foot. So I had to stop skating for about 5 days. So now here we are coming into day 10, trying to land 5 tray flips in a row. And I haven't really practiced tray flips in like a week. I'm just as curious as you to see how today is gonna go. I'm praying that things go well, but I understand, the cards are kind of stacked against me at this point. Before we get into actually trying the tray flips, I want to talk to you guys about probably the 3 biggest lessons that I've learned over the last 9 sessions of trying to master tray flips, so that you guys can kind of skip ahead and not have to go through everything that I went through in this 10-day journey. So the first lesson that I would say is to keep it simple, specifically to practice pop shove it, thinking of it like a tray flip. So you probably saw my last video where I talked about opening your shoulders like it's a tray flip, but then just doing a pop shove it and practicing jumping with that shoulder position. I think that's probably one of the best things that you could possibly do, is just really dial in your pop shove it, thinking of it like a tray flip. Obviously your foot position is going to be different, but if you keep everything the same as a tray flip and just practice pop shove it, I think that's going to get you pretty much as close to the tray flip motion without actually doing the tray flip, because you're still popping the board, your shoulders are the same, and you're coming down, you're keeping your weight balanced over the board. This whole challenge started because I believed in this system called the 4-pillar system that I created, which basically says that in every trick there's 4 key ingredients, which are power, technique, balance, and commitment. And by just practicing pop shove it, thinking of it like you're doing a tray flip, that automatically incorporates all 4 of those key ingredients seamlessly together, which leads into the second big lesson that I learned from trying to learn tray flips in 10 days. I spent a lot of time practicing these 4 ingredients all separately, and I wish I would have tried to combine them together earlier. I think I got too good at doing each of the techniques or each of the steps individually, and I didn't spend enough time focusing on them collectively. So I still would recommend, if you're somebody that's trying to learn tray flips, to focus on, just jumping as high as you can, focus on getting a really proper scoop, focusing on the balance, and then focusing on the commitment and breaking them up, but only at first. Once you kind of get the hang for all 4 of those, only use them as needed. Try and do the full tray flip, combine all the ingredients, and then if you feel like there's one that you're lacking, go back and focus on it. But do not spend so much time practicing an individual ingredient that you lose sight of actually combining them all and doing them all collectively. And then the third and final lesson that really, I feel like, started to make things click for me was how to actually flick your tray flips. I talked about this in the last video, but rather than flicking off the heel side corner of the nose like a kick flip, you kind of flick towards the toe side of the board, like a diagonally forward flick motion. Also, it's a really upward lifting motion rather than a flicking out motion. Once you realize how you lift your foot up and towards the toe side, the board's going to start flipping a lot more effortlessly, and it's going to be underneath you ready to land way more often. And the final thing I'll say that I've learned is something that one of you guys actually taught me. I forgot your name, but one of the subscribers, you sent me a full video breakdown of what you thought I was doing wrong, and I think you're exactly right. And I'm going to explain that to you in just a second, but first I just want to say thank you to everybody that has been supporting me since day 1 of this challenge. You guys have been asking me, where's day 10? You're so invested in this whole thing. So I just want to say thank you so much for the support. These are the kind of videos that I want to make. Unfortunately, I don't make too much money off of them, and in order to keep doing this, I am gonna have to sort of restructure everything. So I'm gonna be posting once a week on Patreon and trying to grow a Patreon subscription audience thing, where once a week we go super into the weeds, very in-depth, and focus on these little concepts, these principles that apply to all areas of skateboarding that are going to help you learn and progress faster. If you guys want to follow along with my Patreon, and you want to support me that way, I'll leave a link in the description. That's kind of like my golden ticket to be able to keep creating these videos for you guys. So if you're rocking with me and you want to show your support, like I said, I'll leave the link in the description. But let's get into the fourth and final technique that one of you guys sent to me. Basically what this concept is the idea is that you want to try and hit the corner of your tail, this corner right here. You want to hit this corner where your wheel is on the opposite side. So basically the direction of your scoop, everybody says scoop, but they can't really describe what that means. I feel like this is probably the best explanation of it. Basically a scoop for a tray flip comes down to putting this corner of your tail right where this wheel is. So it's going to look like this. See where the wheel is? I'm going to put my finger right here, and I'm going to try and put this corner right there, right where my finger was. So it's an up and over kind of pop. So it's this vertical pushing where you're trying to push this corner right there to where your wheel is. So before you pop, imagine where your wheel is, and you're trying to pop right there. What that does is by popping off that corner, specifically putting it right there, because as you press down and compress your bushings, as you crouch down, when it hits right there, your bushings spring, and you can watch this in slow motion with tray flips. Your board hits and it does a roll like that. Hitting off of the edge of your tail is what creates that roll. And by thinking of it, popping this corner right through that tail, I think that is the perfect angle to pop your board in order to get it flipping effortlessly. So shout out to the subscriber that sent that to me. That's what I'm going to be focusing on today. First things first though, I'm going to get warmed up. You already know for the warm up, I'm just going to be focusing on pop shove it's out of the bank and on flat ground. I'm going to do a bunch, really try and get the legs and the shoulder position like dialed in so that when we start going for the tray flips, hopefully we can get some consistency. And yeah, hopefully today is finally the day we get 5 in a row. I've got no like time limit for it. I'm just gonna go until hopefully I get 5 in a row, or I think it's beyond our reach, but it all comes down to this. So let's get warmed up and get going. All right, hopefully from that position, you guys can see, I'm gonna do a bunch of pop shoving. Trying to keep my chest facing forward a little bit, like diagonally forward. Should we try it into the bank off the rip? Scary. All right, out of the bank. This morning I did a jump rope workout that Wade Desarmo suggested for me. My legs are a little bit heavy, but hopefully we can get them to wake up. Oh man, almost missed it. All right, let's do a few over the hip. All right, I'm gonna do a few pop shoves on flat ground, and then we're gonna work on the scoop. All right, just open shoulders. Let's do one more. Okay, so right now, I'm gonna go ahead and switch my foot positioning from pop shove to tray flip. I'm gonna do pretty much everything the same, but I'm gonna focus on clicking the tail to the wheel. So, toe side of the tail clicks the heel side wheel. That's the goal. It's kind of a pop forward like that. So open shoulders, pop the tail to the wheel. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start trying to land them because it feels good. Oh, jinxed myself. All right, pop shove, toe to the heel. I can tell what I did that time is I flicked out to the heel side. I need to flick to the toe side like a heel flip. So this one should work. Gross, but I mean, that's the idea. It's a great rotation. All right, honestly, I think I'm just gonna jump in, start trying to get 5 in a row. All right, so the thought process, again, I'm just trying to keep it as simple as possible. Just pop shove in a tray flip position, but try and pop the corner at that heel side wheel, and then just get my foot out of the way, and it should work. Oh no. All right, let's see if we can get 2 in a row. Oh my gosh. I'm right there. I just need that extra 5 to 10%. All right, 1. Let's see if we can get 2. Ah. Right there, dude. I just need to find the feeling and then lock in on it. You can see I'm really trying to like force it with my kick, and all I got to do is figure out the feeling of pushing it like through, popping the tail forward to that wheel like that. All right, let's see if we can get 2 in a row. Oh man. All right, you gotta pay to play, I guess. Oh, it's right there. All right, that's 1. There's 2. It's our first streak right there. Oh man. All right, it's a tiny bit of momentum right there. Try and beat 2. Let's get to 3. All right, 2 is the record. What's your name? Steven. What is it? Steven?
Yes.
Good to meet you, dude. Joe. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My gosh. All right, that's 1. Oh my gosh. Neat, dude. Bro, that shinner. Dude, my legs are already beat. That shinner just is not helping. Dude, I'm over it for today. My legs are just not there. I had a really short window where this could have happened, but I wasted it. As much as I'm just pissed off that I wasn't able to reach my goal in the 10 days, I do just want to take time to appreciate you guys for supporting me through the whole thing. I'm sorry I couldn't make it happen for you guys. If you like these kind of videos where we work on tricks and try and progress our tricks, I've got the first video for my Patreon live. It's Felipe Mota's kickflip. I've got the link for that down in the description. So if you want to support my Patreon, I'm going to be posting once a week, just going really in depth on my thought process behind trying to learn tricks. So similar to the YouTube videos, just a lot more in depth and a lot more focused on what the Patreon audience wants to see. So if you want to support that, like I said, link in the description. Thank you so much for watching all these videos. Make every day a Friday, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.